Hello, love. One time, Captain Jack Sparrow was marooned on a desert island, and the way that I escaped was I waded out into the sea and waited 3 days until all the sea creatures became acclimatized to my presence. And then I strapped myself to the back of two sea monkeys and made my escape. Not really. But one time when Jack Sparrow was a little pirate, he did send away for some sea monkeys, and when he got them, they all died very quickly. He was very unhappy about that. They called it the black spot disease because the sea monkeys get these little black dots on them and then they die. And it was very sad. Captain Jack was very unhappy about that. Ended up flushing them all down the toilet. Very unhappy. But anyhow, it says here that I start out with two sea monkeys. And in 12 days there are 19. And we want to know how many there will be in 3 weeks. And then in 3 years. And we assume that none of them die like they always do, and that they have an unlimited supply of sea monkey food, and it's quite expensive, I want to tell you, that sea monkey food. But let's pretend that it's not, and they can have all they want. And maybe I should have fed mine, that's probably why they died. But let's see how to solve this. Okay, I'm going to use the laws of uninhibited growth. So APERT is those are the letters that I use, even though I realize most people don't. So I started out with 2, and I had 19 sometime after that. And I know that the amount of time it took to get to 19 was 12. And I need to solve this for R. So divide and then take the natural logarithm. So take the natural logarithm, those cancel. I get ln 19 over 2 equals r times 12. And then divide again. Have you noticed all these problems seem to be solved the same way? So I get r equals ln 19 over 2 over 12, and I plug that into my calculator. Always a pirate's greatest friend is his calculator and his parrot, but mostly his calculator. ln, and then 19, and then over 2, and I close my parentheses, and then the whole thing is divided by 12. Didn't need to use the fraction button twice. It was a rather easy problem to do, and this is approximately equal to 0.1876. And I'll keep that in my calculator, even though I don't write out all of the digits for you. Okay, so now I know the rate, and I can use that to find all kinds of wonderful things. So my original function is now A equals 2, that was my starting amount. E, R I now know, it's 0.1876, and T is what I don't know. And I'm first asked how long it takes, or how many there will be, rather, in 3 weeks. Well, I think I'm going to plug in not 3 here, but since the time was given to me in days, I need to plug in the number of days. And in this problem, 3 weeks contains 21 days, 3 times 7. So I have A equals 2, e to the 0.1876, times 21. Be very careful there. Many people attempt to put 3 when actually it's 21, love. And you plug this into your calculator. So I have 2 times, and then I hit the E button, second function, E, and then I'm going to scroll up and paste. My number in there. And I'm also going to hit the times, and I'm going to multiply by 21 days. It's all still up there in the exponents. It's rather lovely. And I hit enter, and it takes, I guess I will have 102, not quite 103, so I'll round down to 102 lovely little sea creatures. So 102 sea monkeys. Much more than Captain Jack ever had, because they all died. And now it says, how many will you have in 3 years? Well, in 3 years, I have A equals 2 times E to the 0.876 And then years, well, there are 365 days in a year, so I multiply by 3 years. And I won't do that in my head, I'll put that in the calculator. So I bring up my lovely calculator once again, and I type in 2, and then E, and then I paste in my rate. I have to scroll up quite far to find it. So scroll up there. Okay, it's 0.8176, and I hit enter to paste it down there. Times 365 days in a year, times 3 years. And, oh, it's such a large number. It's 3.29 times 10 to the 89. So roughly, the number of sea monkeys you have is 3.3, if you want to round there. That's actually rounding up quite a lot, but that's all right. Times 10 to the 89. So you have 3 sea monkeys times a 10. You've got 89 zeros after the 3. That's a rather large amount of sea monkeys. I think it would probably feed your family for quite some time if you had a taste for sea monkeys and could get some breading on them. And of course some tartar sauce. Personally, I don't really think sea monkeys make very good pets. So if you see these advertisements in the comic books, best to avoid them, I think. And have a lovely day, a lovely sea monkey free day.